Shannon. Girls.
Hey.
Hey.
Today we're going to talk about the Philosopher's Stone.
Can I talk about chocolate frogs?
Of course.
Ooh. Sorry, I'm mesmerized by this. I'll just put it back.
Exciting! Let's get started.
Can you describe the movie?
Yeah, it starts out with a dark wizard who kills parents of a young boy, Harry Potter, who ends up at the Dursleys, his aunt and uncle.
Terrible uncle and aunt. That makes him do like, how you call that?
I don't know what
No,
you say.
he has to do the stupid ass chores in the house, and he lives in the cupboard on the stairs. And then this big giant Hagrid comes into the room.
Hagrid takes Harry along to Diagon Alley to buy his school stuff and brings him to the train station to bring him to Hogwarts, where he starts his first year. And he finds out that he's famous in a wizarding world.
But why is he famous?
Because his parents died with an unforgivable curse.
They were just killed.
They were murdered.
They were murdered.
Yes,
And
an evil dark wizard.
And little Harry survived, and that's why people saw hope in Harry, because he defeated the evil wizard.
Yeah, and he's recognizable by his car.
So he's a little boy. Everyone knows him, but he doesn't know.
Well, he doesn't remember why.
That's
Because-
sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
So anyways, he goes to Diagon Alley, and then he gets his wizard stuff that he needs for school. And then he gets his ticket, like this. And then Hagrid is gone. He's like a poof master. He's gone. And then,
How do you go through the wall?
yeah. At that point, I was like, Harry should walk on, because, you know, Ron is coming, and then he would be slammed against your backside. But anyways.
The Hogwarts school, and lots of adventures there. He makes friends, Hermione, Ron Weasley, and they're on the hunt for the Philosopher's Stone because they heard about it and they got nosy and excited. And there's a few challenges to get the thing. They were saving it because otherwise the Dark Lord would get the stone, and that's not a good thing.
And first he thinks it's Snape that wants it. But it turns out to be it's Stuttering Quill. And he defeats Quill and Voldemort. That's it.
And that's the end of the year.
But that seems to be the theme around all the movies, so yeah, that's my 5-second summary.
And
Yeah.
Gryffindor won the cup.
Is that so important for you?
Because they changed it. Again.
Yeah, that was really awful. Like, did you see Draco's face? He was like, at first he was like, I won, And then
I'm
he
the
was
best.
like, what the bloody hell, what is he saying? And that's the first time when you find out that Dumbledore has his own rules. And he likes to give out points.
But yeah, I love the movie. It's childhood.
So what does the first movie mean to you?
Well, I was 11 when I saw it. It was my birthday weekend at the movie theater. I read the books. I was a diehard fan already before I saw the movie. So what it meant to me is that it's you see magic coming to life from the pages of the books that you've been reading over and over and over. And I really connected with Harry on that level. Yeah, I think I watched the movie with such bright eyes, and I couldn't stop talking about it for weeks and weeks and after. And yeah, it's just really special to me. It's literally the start of the best part of my childhood.
The rest of your life.
The rest of my life, I'm still at it.
The first movie was the start of the movie franchise, and for me it was the most magical. It was, the book came to life, and a lot of things you only imagined when you were reading the book, and now you saw them in real life in a movie. So it grew, and it became bigger as the movies came along, but it was the first movie, and it was the most magical to me. as an elf 11-year-old girl.
11-year-old.
11-year-old girl.
Or you're an elf girl.
No,
With pointy ears? No, I know.
11
You were
years.
11 years old. I was around the time when the movie came out, I was 9-ish, I think. And I think I saw it on DVD or on VHS. I haven't seen it in the movie theater. And Harry Potter was not important to me in the beginning. I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean a lot and stuff like that. So, I think the world opened to me when Harry Potter was actually over, like the last movie. When I went to, everything came to life when I went to Universal Studios. Because I liked Harry Potter, but not that much to be like, oh my god, it's my world, it's my this. But it became after that, because I really loved movie making. After that, I was like, oh my god. So I bought my costume, I bought everything. And yeah.
Finally you understand your big sister.
Yeah, it was also like because I wanted to write stories myself, and I was like, I'm never be J.K. Rowling. What a bitch. And yeah, well, after all the movies were done, I actually saw the last one in the theater in America, and I was like, oh yeah. But I think my age had something to do with it. And also I didn't like reading because of my school. It was a Christian school, so Harry Potter was not allowed.
Yeah, my aunt got me into Harry Potter when it was my birthday. I got the first book, and she was already reading those books. I think the third book came out when I got the first one, and yeah, she got me hooked on it. So every year with my birthday, it was either I got a book because it came out, or
I still remember I
got the DVD, or the movie came in the theater. So every year I got something Harry Potter until the last movie came out on DVD.
Yeah, I remember my sister had to work, so I had to go to this bookstore and wait in the line until I think 1 o'clock in the morning to get her a book. And that was still the time I was like, Harry Potter is my sister's thing, my thing is something else. So maybe it's just me putting things in order, like this is her stuff, this is my stuff. I've seen The Goblet of Fire was the first movie I saw in theaters. But I was waiting for the book, and afterwards I gave her that book. And then I was like, years later, I was like, damn, why did I get a book for myself? I still have it though. I bought it eventually, but I was like, oh god. I was a bit stupid, yeah. If I only knew, yeah. But also I didn't like Harry Potter. Oh, that's for something else. That's the next question, I think. That will be a question.
What is your favorite character from the first movie?
That's difficult. I always said Harry Potter is my favorite character ever, but I learned now that I'm older that he's a little bit of a dick. I can't say that on camera, sorry. I think the Weasleys for this one. The twins, Ron, and also, yeah, you don't see a lot of Molly Weasley, but she's already very nice at the platform. And also McGonagall, because she's exactly how I pictured her.
So, it's not Harry. Harry you can kick him off a cliff for all I care. That's what I always say when I'm in my cosplay. I don't like Harry. I dislike him a lot. He's like, I'm the chosen one. So for me, actually, it was always Draco, but now it's Ron, because how he acts like, well, that's in the second movie is way much funnier, but he's like, his faces to everything he sees. He's like, he lives in the world. He's like, oh my god, I see this for the first time. Oh, that's how he acts. So I'm like, well, that's us, you know? I was a bit older though, but yeah, at the end, everybody was like that. He's like, oh my god, that's the, the enchanted, the
ceiling.
The roof, yeah. He's like, and I'm like, you got brothers there, so, huh?
He was experiencing like we did.
Yeah, so at first when I was younger, it was Draco, now it's Ron. Hermione was your thing, then again I'm putting it in, yeah.
Yeah, I really like McGonagall.
True. When you get older, you will actually.
I also really like Ron because it's a funny character.
Yeah.
Hermione is serious, and Harry is the main character. But I like Ron better because he was from a big family.
And I think he's misunderstood.
He's misunderstood because he's the youngest son of...
And gets all the hand-me-downs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he has big shoes to fill.
He has very big shoes to fill.
I'm forgetting...
And then there's Ginny, the girl his mom always wanted.
Yeah. They just went on until he got a girl.
That's me. But I think it's true.
I'm forgetting about one character that does the commentary on Quidditch. He's funny.
Oh,
but
Dean,
he just
Dean,
disappears.
Dean
Yeah.
Thomas.
He just disappears.
No, it's not Dean Thomas.
No,
No.
The best
Lee
friend.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Lee Jordan, the best friend of Fred and George.
And I think in the books he's like constantly giving his own commentary, and then McGonagall's like, shh.
On everything.
Yeah. So I think he's only commentating on the first movie and the second.
I don't know if he's in it after.
No, I don't think so. It's like I always his reactions, his commentary in the book was
And
funny.
the books was funny.
Yeah.
Then who is your least favorite character?
I think I was a little bit ruined by everyone else around me, but I really disliked Snape in the movie because he was pictured as such a bad guy. So yeah, I followed.
You followed the big name.
Yeah, maybe Draco Malfoy, but I adjusted my opinion about him after to dislike Snape.
I don't think I have one, because every character means something in a story, and to say
hate Harry.
like yeah, well Harry, but I mean like I don't hate him. Like I don't want him to die. I can say you can, kick him from a cliff. Doesn't mean he will die. I'm just like I don't want him around me, but that doesn't mean I hate him. He doesn't need to die. If I was there at Hogwarts and then Hagrid was carrying him, when he was supposedly dead, then I would be, very, very unhappy. So, no.
I think in the first movie, a lot of characters aren't still
Developed.
present, so
Yeah.
They're not who they should
Like
to be.
even Tom is not the same character as in the other movies.
They only introduced them in the first movie.
Yeah.
it's because it's kind of in Harry's point of view. You see the Slytherins as evil. Also, if you see in the first Quidditch match how the Quidditch players from Slytherin look, they don't really look pretty.
No.
Absolutely not.
It's like, how do you say it in English? You see like in High School Musical, they have like typical groups.
Yes.
And you see it
They're the
through Harry
bullies.
eyes. Yeah.
Well, I don't think that they're no cheerleaders. You got Draco and his minions, the Stu minions.
And then you have the
But
nerds from Ravenclaw.
I won't say I dislike them.
No, but it's not a favorite character. It's not really a character because it's a more like a background thing.
And what is your favorite scene?
Actually, I think my favorite scene of everything was when they got to Diagon Alley. Because that's where the first big part of the magic from a movie really happens. You get pulled into the wizarding world for the first time. And that was just amazing to me.
I really liked the scene with the troll. Because that's where the friendship between the three main characters really start. Because they go out to rescue Hermione. And Ron managed to cast the spell Wingardium Leviosa for the first time after Hermione corrected him a lot of times about it.
My favorite scene is... Well, I always think it's funny when Hagrid is talking to Uncle Vernon. And it's more about the subtitles that has it, that's like lazy turd. I don't think he says that in English.
The really scary Hagrid?
Well, that's not my favorite scene. I don't know. Yeah, and Natasha is referring to the background. You also got Robbie Coltrane. That's doing, of course, Hagrid. But when he's not needed in the scene, but his body is still needed in the scene, they have this like animatronic.
Yes.
And that's one is very scary.
It's really scary.
We can put it in the video if you want to, and then you can see it for yourself. That was on your Shannon's sitting over there. That was on your was it on your birthday or on your housewarming?
Yes.
And Natasha said it, and somebody was like, "Oh my God, that's the first time."
If you would attend Hogwarts, what would be your favorite class?
Honestly, I love baking and cooking, so probably potions class. I would be too afraid to fly a broom because I'm not scared of heights, but I mean, I can't even get on roller skates without being afraid to fall. And yeah, I think I'm a little bit of a geek too, so I would really like history of magic as well.
Don't want to say Quidditch because with my depends.
Flying lessons.
Flying lesson depends. Like, do I still have this body that has like fibromyalgia? If I didn't have that, then yes, I would definitely play Quidditch. But I think a bludger will kill me. So that's not it. I think a lot of animals. So not really the charms, but just taking care of animals. Yeah, that's what my class will be.
I think mine would be transfiguration.
Ooh,
That's also.
it's like changing into
I really like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. And what do you think about the punishment in Hogwarts?
Well, so far as I've seen, it's detention or, that's the basic punishment. Getting sent out to the dark forest wasn't probably the best idea, so I'd probably make sure that doesn't happen to me.
The Filch approach sounds very, interesting, hanging by the thumbs. But
Very Middle Ages.
the funniest part is when I think like you can't go to the Forbidden Forest. That's forbidden, and then that's your punishment.
You get a punishment. Go to the Forbidden Forest.
Yeah. I was like, that's what I wanted to be, anyway. So.
I think the punishments are a bit harsh. Also in later movies, if you see the punishments, they are a bit harsh. Not just writing lines or detention, staying longer after class, but more physical stuff.
I think you wouldn't go to Hogwarts in the Middle Ages.
Yeah, but you're talking about somebody that's a real, and that's her approach to
No, but
punishment.
also Filch with
Filch is a character all by. Well, that's one of my favorite characters as well, so I can put that down as well. Anyways, the punishments. I'm like, the worst punishment for Hermione would be being expelled. She doesn't care about being killed. It's just being expelled.
Apparently not, yes.
Yeah. So
She could still attend Hogwarts as a ghost and continue classes.
I think she would. She would be like Helena and then just hang around the castle to learn more. I think she would do that. Yeah.
That's true. Yes, I never thought about that. And who is your favorite actor or actress?
Daniel Radcliffe. I had a crush on him for sure when I was younger.
I really like the actress Maggie Smith.
Well, I bonded to her because I really liked the movie Hook. And I was like, oh, that's my Wendy. So, yeah, she's this... she's not... No, Wendy wasn't in Hook, but she's funny and caring. I just wanted to talk about the funny part because the funniest part is in the last movie. We're not talking about the last movie.
Yeah, but she's an amazing person.
Yeah.
And I also really like Alan Rickman. Also, he played in amazing movies.
Yeah.
And he
He is
really
amazing.
portrayed...
He was amazing.
I remember they made a parody, like, from Robin Hood. And then they exactly made that character. Like, you had Robin Hood, Alan Rickman, and then you had the version of that in the Robin Hood Men in Tights. That was the... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah.
Who was the most like you imagined?
Nearly Headless Nick. That was amazing. But I also think McGonagall and Snape were really, really accurate to the book as well as Dumbledore. Sorry, I can never name just one. But the teachers definitely did a better job than the students, for book-wise. Although Hermione, I liked Hermione too.
You can answer that.
Richard Harris as Dumbledore. It was exactly how I imagined him. And also Snape.
Can I say something really funny?
What?
I played these PlayStation games, you know? And
Oh, no.
he's wearing sunglasses. I always remind him like he doesn't have the sunglasses in the movie, and I don't know why they put this big ass sunglasses on his face. But he even talks like really, really slow. Like he's like everybody's grandpa. Well, in the first movie.
Yeah, it was really how I imagined him.
Yeah, and Snape. I think his skin would be more oily and his hair more greasy. But hello, Alan Rickman. We don't, he doesn't need much makeup, and I don't think it will add anything if you put grease on his hair and everything. No, that's it. That's our answer.
And do you know, for the viewers, little details in a movie you can easily overlook?
Well, there are some mistakes in the movie, which is really fun. At some point, there's like a cameraman somewhere around, and the switching of the tables. I think that there's a scene in the Great Hall where Harry and Ron are sitting next to each other, and the next part, he's sitting next to Hermione, stuff like that. But for small details in the wizarding world, there's so much history and thought about how things looked. So yeah, for non-book readers, it's like, oh, that looks fancy, and for book readers, it's like, oh, they actually put that in the movie. The ceiling from the Great Hall, there's a lot of explanation about that in the book, and I feel if you're a first-time movie viewer, it's like, oh, that's a cool ceiling. Those kind of things.
I really like that they put the characters in the clothing of the three main characters. When they're walking outside, you see the tie of Hermione exactly straight, and and Harry's it's a bit off, and Ron just decided not to wear it.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
So he has it loosely around his neck.
Yeah, we're talking about that now, and like thinking about the other movies. Sometimes his tie was like this, like this small little tie. So yeah,
It's really fun to see how
details.
the characters are portrayed,
Like
and
for
how
Slytherin,
they wear the clothing.
Yeah, for Slytherin you would have to be perfect. Like every tie has to be straight, and if you look in the movie, almost everybody is. I want to say almost because I don't actually know when you look in the background, because sometimes you got extras that are not paying attention. So one of the details, what?
Remember all.
So I was talking about this earlier. He gets this from his grandma because he forgot something, and he's like, I don't even know what I forgot. And then I was like, nobody noticed, but he's not wearing his robe. Everybody's wearing his robe except Neville. And he doesn't even resolve this in the movie. He's like, yeah, it's red. And it's not important anymore for the story anyways. So
It's just a funny detail.
it's a funny detail. And then for the last scene in the movie, we'll see Emma Watson was she had the dental appliances, and she has this buck teeth, like in the book. And she couldn't talk, she was like slissing. So there's this one scene, the next scene, like, it doesn't, it's weird that we have to go back again. That's what she says, and you can see the buck teeth. And like for Daniel in that same scene, that's the only scene where he has green eyes. That's because of the contact lenses. And he was allergic, and that's why he has poofy eyes in the last scene. And that was actually the first scene they ever made for that movie.
And the last question, what did you miss in the movie?
Well, there was this really cool potion scene at the entrance for the Philosopher's Stone that Snape put together. And I feel like if they put that in the movie, he would get a less negative vibe about him. Then he was actually one of the protectors of the stone, like Dumbledore said, or like McGonagall said. I forgot who said it. Yeah, that was really cool. And I miss the Quidditch matches that are not Gryffindor or Slytherin, because there's a lot more. More of the classes would be nice. I think we saw like 3 different classes or 2. So yeah, more of the school vibe.
Yes, I agree with you.
That's it.
Yeah, there was a scene with the magic potions when they were going to the Philosopher's Stone. That was completely left out.
Yeah, they left a lot of things out of the book. They just did the
Devil's Snare.
Yeah, and then the keys, the flying keys.
And the chess.
Yeah, the chess, and that was it.
And that was it, I think.
It's a long time when I read the first book, so... That's the potion thing's the only thing? I don't know.
It's a long time ago.
Peeves.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and peeves.
Yeah, well, since they already, filmed it, I'm like, well, everybody's talking about it on Facebook anyways. We want the extended version with peeves. Yeah.
We miss peeves.
Yeah.
And the jokes.
And just imagine it's already shot. They shot
Yeah, that's
the
what
whole
I
thing.
that's what I said. So I'm like, I think the stills they're using for the articles is not actually the footage, because it looks like a different character from a completely different movie, but it's the same actor. So
Someone bought us if you see this.
yeah,
Give us that movie.
yeah,
We want peeves.
yeah. Otherwise we will get you. We got a particular skills, We will get you and we will kill you. Don't do it.
The slithering comes up in her.
It's true. It's always when I'm wearing these robes, I'm just turning into a Slytherin.
You're really slithering now.
Yeah, that's.
Is there anything left you want to say about this? Philosopher Stone.
Okay, so what I want to add is, I don't know why the movie makers thought that Americans would be ignorant, not knowing what a philosopher means. I mean, they use the word, right? Why shouldn't they use the word philosopher? So they changed it into Sorcerer's Stones, which I think is really stupid.
Yeah, maybe for attracting more children.
Yeah, but why would it be a Sorcerer's Stone that
It implies more magic.
Yeah,
I
but
think.
true. But if I'm looking at a magical stone, that's what every story has. We're on this journey for a magical stone, and we have to put it in this thing, and then, woo, just call it Harry Potter. Why? They could have just left out the whole extra line. Just call it Harry Potter.
Harry Potter 1.
Yeah, no, just Harry Potter. I mean, there doesn't need to be an extra thing, They don't do it with every movie. Anyway, so, yeah.
Thank you guys for coming and answering these questions.
Thank you for having us.
No problem.
See you next time.
I'm sitting here next to Tamara because she was pretty nervous because it was her first video. So you did a great job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So thank you for watching our very first video of the Philosopher's Stone. So we will do every movie eventually. So it's the first one. Over here will be the second one, maybe. Over here will be the high tea and our honest review on that. And over there, what are you? She's something. Something that YouTube wants you to see. Yeah.
Really?
So if you like this video, consider subscribing. Give a big thumbs up. And we'll see you next time. Bye bye!